Hello there, it's good to have you join us on the news on Pace TV. My name is Stella Ene-Iyang. The Nigerian Air Force says it has destroyed some solar panel jets owned by Boko Haram in Gamboru Ngala in Borno State. A statement signed by Air Commodore Dele Alonge, Director of Air Force Public Relations, said solar panels were used to generate electricity for the sect members in Sambisa Forest. In his words, the targets, which include solar panels believed to be used by the sect for generating electricity within the Sambisa Forest, were hit during the recent takeover of Gamboru Ngala by our own troops. A task force committee has been set up by the Independent Corrupt Practices and Other Related Offences Commission (ICPC) to immediately probe 8 former state governors. A top operative of the commission who spoke under anonymity reiterated that the task force was set up following petitions written against the former governors. Investigations have commenced for former governors Alhaji Rabiu Kwankwaso of Kano State, Mr. Raji Fashola of Lagos State, Chief Rotimi Amechi of Rivers State, Alhaji Ibrahim Shema of Katsina, and Sullivan Chime of Enugu State, while the other 4 governors include Godswill Akpabio of Akwa Ibom State, Martin Elechi of Ebonyi State, and Alhaji Sule of Jigawa State were on the waiting list. The Rivers State Governor, Barrister Nyesom Wike, has inaugurated the Eagle Island Ilu-Abuchi Road in Port Harcourt to the joy and admiration of residents of the area. After assumption of office, Governor Wike ordered quick completion of the Eagle Island Ilu-Abuchi Road in Port Harcourt within the first 100 days of his administration, which was aimed at giving dividends of democracy to the people of Rivers State. Speaking during the inauguration of the road in Port Harcourt, the governor commended the contractor and people of Eagle Island for their cooperation towards making the project a reality.
You recall that during our campaign period, we did promise the people of this area that if they give us their mandate, now one of the things we're going to do for them will be to make sure that this road that was abandoned for years will be completed. I commend the contractor for keeping to their promise, and I commend those who live within this area for giving the contractor the support. Without their support, it may have been difficult. With the glory of God, today, 2nd of September 2015, we commissioned this Eagle Island Ilu-Abuchi Link Road and Bridge for the use of the people, and for them to use it very well for the development of the state. In the name of God the Father, the Son, and the Holy Spirit.
After speaking, caretaker chairman of Port Harcourt City Local Government Area, Clifford Opara-Odu, commended the governor for completing the road for use, which he said will boost the socio-economic activities and decongest the traffic in the area.
So we are indeed very happy that this is one of the numerous projects you have done for us. And this is the one we can see, and everybody can see it very clearly.
Some residents who spoke with correspondents expressed their appreciation. Elders from the Niger Delta region and residents of the area trooped out en masse to show gratitude to the governor. The road project was awarded by the past administration in the state, but was finally completed by the present government of Governor Wike.
For many years ago, the road has been in a bad condition. Today, the road is accessible, it's very good, so that it will help us here.
Before, it was not open, and then it is on uncompleted road. But now, everybody is enjoying it.
We are very, very happy today to see that this road is going to be commissioned.
We are here to thank the governor for his good work because he's a man of his word.
You're still on the news on Pace TV. Coming up next is business news. Don't go anywhere. It's good to have you back. An illegal oil bunkering site has been uncovered by the Makoba Beach in Port Harcourt, Rivers State capital, by the Nigerian Army, which is just 1 kilometer away from the Nigerian Ports Authority (NPA) and 2 kilometers away from the Rivers State Government House of Representatives. The discovery came after the Chief of Naval Staff, Vice Admiral Ibok, charged ship owners in the country to fish out economic saboteurs in their midst and cooperate with security agencies in the fight against oil theft and other heinous crimes in the maritime industry. While the Makoba Beach operation came as a big surprise considering its closeness to government quarters, General Labanji disclosed that Army operatives were immediately deployed to the site following the release of the information. He said that 13 suspects were arrested at the scene of the illegal activity, adding the illegal bunkering dome had not yet been set ablaze because of its closeness to residential buildings and the NPA. The Group Managing Director of the NNPC, Dr. Ibe Kachiko, is optimistic that fuel importation will reduce the commencement of production at the Port Harcourt refinery. He said that the Port Harcourt refinery was producing 5 million litres of petrol every day and that the refinery in Warri Delta State would begin production soon. The NNPC boss also hinted that when all the pipelines across Nigeria are fixed, the Nigerian Air Force will be engaged to provide aerial survey of the pipelines. He told journalists that a major plan was on the way to unbundle the pipelines and products marketing in 3 different companies that would focus primarily on maintenance of the pipelines and all the 23 depots across the country. The Securities and Exchange Commission (SEC) has lifted the suspension placed on 3 market operators for various infractions. In a notice obtained from the Commission's website, the operations whose registrations were reinstated include Standard Alliance Capital and Asset Management Limited, as well as Strand Capital Partners Limited. The lifting of the suspension, according to the Commission, was sequel to satisfactory resolution of all complaints and issues with the Commission by the operators. It advised the investing public to take note and deal with the operators in line with the approval. According to the notice, SEC on August 10th of 2015 reinstated the registration of Standard Alliance and Asset Management Limited as issuing houses and fund manager, while on August the 20th of 2015 it lifted the suspension it placed on Strand Capital Partners Limited and its sponsored individuals. The Director General of the SEC, Mr. Moni Kwazo, had said that the Commission would do anything to compel operators in the market to obey the rules guiding it. He further disclosed the decision to tighten the noose on market infractions and other miscellaneous capital market crimes. The federal government has been called upon by stakeholders in the health sector to pass a bill that will give legal backing to the use of traditional medicine in Nigeria. During the 13th African Traditional Medicine Day held in Lagos, the stakeholders noted that the role of traditional medicine in the well-being of individuals cannot be overemphasized. Pace TV's Muinat Oladipupo completes the story.
From statistics made available by the National Agency for Food, Drug Administration and Control, NAFDAC, about 80% of the population in many developing countries still depend on traditional medicine as the main source of health care because of its cultural acceptability. In Nigeria, however, the use of traditional medicine has been faltered because of issues of safety and quality.
They should not mix herbal with conventional drugs because it may be dangerous.
Herbal medicines are safe if used properly, and they are safe if they have the listing of full registration status, by NAFDAC.
The bill on traditional medicine should be called in the House be endorsed by everybody so that Nigerian traditional medicine practice will be having a legal backing.
They also urge government to help practitioners by way of training and retraining.
So if a person is doing agbo and we now see that he should be trained to adopt maximum hygiene and good packaging and decent environment, it is not out of way to teach them.
In recognition of the role of traditional medicine in healthcare development in Africa, heads of state at a summit in Maputo, Mozambique in 2003 endorsed the institution of the Traditional Medicine Day.
You're still on the news on Pace TV. Coming up next is Sports News. Don't go anywhere. Welcome back. The national under-17 team Golden Eaglets has forced a 1-1 draw against South Korea, the host of the ongoing 2015 Suwon Invitational Tournament. Lee Sang-yeon scored the first goal as early as the 3rd minute for the home team, but Funsho Bamboye, making his debut for Nigeria on the international stage, brought the game into parity in the 26th minute with a lively volley. With the result, Nigeria and Korea are jointly in 2nd place behind Brazil, who beat Croatia 2-1 in the tournament's opening match. The Eaglets' second game of the Suwon tournament will be against table leader Brazil, while Croatia will face Korea at the Suwon World Cup Stadium. In the spirit of good sport, having failed to get a medal from the Nigerian team in Belgium, nevertheless, Nigerians are delighted to have won its first ever senior continental title of the Nigerian men's basketball on Sunday as they defeated Angola in the final of the FIBA Afro-Basket tournament in Raids, Tunisia. The Tigers defeated defending and 11-time champions Angola to 74-65 in the final. The victory also indicates that Nigeria have qualified for the 2016 Rio de Janeiro Olympics along with Angola, 3rd place Tunisia and 4th place Senegal. African ace football legend and one of the greatest Nigerian players of all time, Mr. Segun Odegbami, has declared his interest to run for the presidency of the World Football Governing Body, FIFA. Mr. Odegbami made his interest known in a statement released on Tuesday by his campaign team. The election is scheduled to hold on February the 26, 2016 in Zurich, Switzerland. It's still the news on Pace TV. Next is entertainment. Don't go anywhere. It's good to know you're still around. Reports have it that actress Toyin Amako and her husband Adeniyi Johnson have reconciled for the 2nd time after their latest separation scandal. Toyin, who moved out of her matrimonial home in the Badore area of Vaja, Lagos, is said to have returned following pleas from her husband and family members. American actor Will Smith plays Nigerian doctor in his recently released trailer for the movie Concussion, which is based on the real-life story of Nigerian-American doctor Bennett Ifekandu Omalo. The film is set to be released on the 25th of December 2015, and with an A-lister like Will Smith playing the lead role, it hopefully will draw attention to the link between the football head injuries and early onset of dementia that could lead to death. And that has been the news on Pace TV. Thank you for watching. Once again, my name is Stella N.A. Bye for now.